Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. What do we have today? Staccato P, Holosun 507C and Dawnson plate. New addition to the arsenal, Staccato P for IDPA and possibly USB-SA. Deciding between SRO and 507C, opting to try out the Holosun 507C. And here is the Dawnson plate chosen for the SRO, with Holosun bolts, in case I want to switch over to the SRO in the future. If you're looking for special discounts on optics and other items, come join our Facebook group. Link provided below. Before installing it on the gun, I would like to double check to ensure that everything lines up and fits correctly. Let's open the box and see what we have inside. Check out the large window. It'll definitely help with competition shooting. Moment of truth to see if the optic and plate fit correctly. This is a necessary step to prevent removing the iron sight and discovering that you don't have the right plate or encountering an issue. Now let's see if the screws supplied with the optic mount flush with the plate. We don't want the screws to extend beyond the plate as it will cause interference. In this video, I don't have a Torx screwdriver yet, but it's on my list for the future. For now, I'll tighten the screws by hand with just 2 fingers. This method has proven effective for me, especially when using Loctite. I'm going to use the multi-tool provided with the optic to tighten the screws. The bit will be AT6, in case you were wondering, or if you prefer to use your own bit driver with AT6. Now, let's check to see if the screw is seated flat with the plate or not. It looks like the screw is indeed seated flat, so I'm going to take it out and get ready to install it on the gun. Time to remove the iron sight. I'm going to use a hex key, size 3/30 seconds to do this. There are 2 screws on this. Make sure you remove the one seated all the way at the back. Once you've removed the iron sight, it's important to use an alcohol wipe to clean up any oil and grease before installing the new plate. Make sure to wipe down the plate itself as well. I also like to use a Q-tip to clean all the screw-threaded holes to ensure there is no debris. I know it's hard to clean everything perfectly, but just do your best. Once you're done, pick up a new Q-tip to clean the threaded holes on the plate. Nothing wrong with taking an extra step to keep everything clean. I know it might be a bit boring watching me clean from one area to the next. But it's my gun, and I love to clean it before installing the optic to prevent any debris down the road. You don't have to clean yours as thoroughly as mine, that's up to you. Now that we're done cleaning, it's time to install the plate onto the slide. There are 2 little grooves on the front. Make sure you align them with the slide holes. Once both of the grooves are fitted, the plate will seat flat on the slide. Here, this is how it snaps into place and seats flat on the slide. I love the sound it makes. Time to pull out the Loctite supplied in the package along with the plate screws to move to the next step. I really like how Dawnson Company labels each batch with a number so you know exactly which part to use next. In this case, I need to use the bag labeled with number 3. These are the screws that will secure the plate onto the slide before you install the optic. Ensure you use the right screw to prevent any issues down the road. Also, you need to clean both screws with alcohol wipes to remove any debris before installation. If you are using a lot of alcohol, make sure you wait for it to evaporate before applying Loctite. Now let's apply Loctite on these screws before using them to secure the plate. This bag is so tough to open with just my fingers. It's moments like these that remind me why I always carry a pocket knife. It'll save me time and my fingers. Just look at how easy it is to open a bag or package with a pocket knife. Another tip learned from my mistake. Do not tip your bottle upside down, and twist the cap to open it if you don't want Loctite to spill on your fingers like it did to me. Oh well, life is about learning every day and how improvement makes us better people. Once we've got the cap off, it's time to apply Loctite on the screw. Normally, I apply a single drop on each screw. I know it can be hard to control, just try your best. To tighten the screw, we will use the same hex key that was used to unscrew the iron sight. Normally, when I first put the screw in, I will go in a counterclockwise direction to ensure the screw aligns with the threaded hole, then start tightening. If you don't do that, sometimes you might think the screw is aligned and start tightening it, which can strip the threads on the screws or the hole. It can turn a 10-minute job into hours of frustration. As you can see in the video, I am only using 2 fingers to tighten the screws. We don't want to put every ounce of our muscle into it, as it can strip the screws or the holes. It's best to use a torque driver to tighten it to the right amount. It's time to put the Optic on. Not sure about you, but I really like the snap-on sounds. Since the screws supplied with the Optic already have blue Loctite on them, there's no need for me to apply extra Loctite. What are your thoughts on this Optic? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future.